Oh hey, fancy meeting you here. This video is part of the Morewizardsdidit series, which is a MagicGen game, meaning that all of the spells in the spellbook are randomly generated. In this video, I'm going to be looking through the air spells. Let's take a look. Level 0, Phantasmal Warrior. Pretty normal, casting time 200% though. We all know those ones. And then we get the National Phantasmal Knight, which I think is quite good. This is a Phantasmal Knight. Casting time 100%, very low fatigue cost. Like all Phantasms, they are 1 hit point ethereal units. But it's a Knight, so it's got a bit of defense as well. And then we also get a ritual to summon 14 Phantasmal Warriors for 4 gems. Would we use that? I don't know. I saw some people in the Discord posting pictures of an astral spell that is like my Fireflies spell, but it's an astral spell that hits magic beings. And it's like, you know, 50 projectiles or something dumb like that. So that might shred my Ifrit guys or whatever they are, the Djinns. So maybe there's a use for having like tons and tons of like cheap magic units that we can just flood battles with in order to dilute the target pool. Who knows? Storm Power. Takes the caster, 100% cast time. It looks like normal Storm Power. Yellow text says it's still during a storm. Let's take that at its word. Ritual, 1 Urgem, summons a Simargle. These guys aren't very interesting. I've looked them up in the mod viewer. They're just like little winged dogs, but they have a patrol bonus. And that seems to be it. They're not very good in combat, I don't think. Phantasmal Archer. Pretty cool, I guess. Like a Phantasmal Warrior, but a Phantasmal Archer. And then another Simargle spell. This is an in-combat one, but again, I don't think they're very useful, to be honest. It doesn't cost a gem though, I suppose. We could spam this if we really want to drop Simargles into the battle. They do fly, I suppose. Level 3. Summon Withering Black Hawks. This is a ritual. Gives you 10 Black Hawks that I guess have decay. Yeah. Yeah, and Black Hawks aren't very good though, are they? They're even worse than Simargles. Black Hawks are the birds from the, what's it called? The remote ritual spell, I can't remember the name of, right? They're not very good. I don't know, maybe we have a use for this though. Maybe if we just have tons of Urgems, we can just summon loads and loads of just cheap rubbish, and we'll find some use for it, who knows. Improved Storm Power. This is Area Effect 15, alright. It's a big AoE Storm Power. Might be better if we can group up all of our mages and get that off, instead of having them all individually cast it. And then Send Phantasms. The spell summons 28 creatures, plus 4. They'll attack anything in the province, including friendlies, and then disappear. But once again, I'm not sure that sending phantasms at a province is really going to do much. They seem kind of weak. I'm not impressed so far, to be honest. This looks pretty bad, except, I guess, Storm Power. And the Phantasmal Knight is pretty useful early on as well. Then there's a non-national version of Phantasmal Knight. 50% cast time, 2 effects. That's pretty cool. How far up is that? Level 4? I mean, we could pick that up pretty early. It'll be useful. We have like... Maybe if we're like attacking an easy throne, just have a bunch of mages spamming that. Give us a nice front line of phantasms. Advanced Storm Power. Doesn't affect enemies, hits the whole battlefield, gives everyone Storm Power for 2 Urgems. Not too bad, I suppose. More Simargles, another ritual. 25 of them for 18 Urgems. If we really need patrollers, that'd be good, but otherwise, I don't know. And then an in-combat spell to summon a Wind-Wrapped Griffin. Cool. Doesn't take any gems. So again, we can dump stuff into battles if we really want to. But, remains to be seen how useful it'll be. A Griffin's any good? I can't remember. Probably better than a Simargle, that's for sure. 10 Springhawks. This is only 4 Urgems. It's another one of these. Summons 5 creatures, 1 per additional level. Attack anything, including friendlies, and disappear. Springhawks might be a bit better than Phantasms, but only 5 of them. If a province only has like 1 point of PD, that might be quite good. Same for the Phantasms, actually. I mean, a big group of Phantasm for just 2 gems, that'll probably clip any province that just has 1 point of PD, right? Actually, now that I think about it, that'd be quite good for that, wouldn't it? If anyone puts any PD in their provinces, it's gonna be bad. But that's about it. Yeah, this doesn't look so good yet. Level 6. So we've got a national, summon demon slaying Blackhawks. This is in combat for 2 gems. It gives you 29 demon slaying Blackhawks. Again, they're only Blackhawks though. I'm not sure if that's useful or not. Maybe. I don't know. It remains to be seen how useful dropping loads of junk into battles is. Ritual then, 7 gems. Send Wearying Sylphs. This is another independent ritual. 8 Sylphs. I'm not sure what Sylphs are. Are they those air spirit things? Sylphs are beings of the cloud that serve... Oh yeah. So Sylphs might be pretty good. It takes 7 gems though. And it's going to neutralize the province instead of take it for us, so... Still, that might be a good parrying spell, I suppose. In combat, summon Griffins. For 4 gems, we can get 11 Griffins. I need to look up how good Griffins are. That might be a bit more interesting. Then again, 400 fatigue is a bit prohibitive, isn't it? I guess you should view it as like a battlefield enchantment. Like if you really need 11 Griffins, there's your spell. More Smargles also at 7. 61 of them for 44 gems. Never gonna use that. Level 8 we have... Okay, that's pretty funny. So at Conjuration 8, do we have... I don't think we have Air and Nature though. That's a 10% cast time, 20 fatigue, summon Amphipter. They're not great units, but I mean if you can get... if you can get what? The fatigue's gonna scale no matter what. So if you can get 10 off every turn, maybe that's useful, I don't know. They poison, right? Or am I... They can spit poison, yeah. Well, not individually impressive, the spell can be cast at an incredible rate. Yeah. Maybe that's useful. And finally, send Summary Draconians, another independent spell. I don't know how to call... I don't know how to describe that. Yeah. So Draconians. Draconians are big flying units, aren't they? The summary meaning they're more powerful in warmer provinces. Okay. So all in all, nothing really stands out as amazing there. I suppose the Send Phantasms is so cheap. You can drop that on low PD provinces, it'll probably do some harassment, I suppose. But it's purely damaging, it's not going to take the provinces for us, unfortunately. Alteration next, let's see. You've got Resist Lightning, AoE 1, 5 shock resistance, that's nice. Air Shield, AoE 2, also pretty nice. And Illusory Chains, I assume this is False Fetters. AoE 6, that's not bad for a level 0 spell. AoE 6 Fetters, 200% cast time, but even so. Level 1, we have an AoE 1 Charged Body. Might be useful. Maybe not. And then Group Missile Shield. This is also Air Shield, but it's 50% cast time. What was this one? This is 100% AoE 2, and this is 50% AoE 2, so this is just better. Okay. We can give everyone Missile Shield and Charged Body. And Mirror Image. No, this is Caster. So we get... That's cheap. Still cheap to cast those. That's pretty normal, I think. And then Mist Form. 200% cast time, but it's also A2. I think that's just worse than the regular Mist Form, isn't it? Level 3 then, Vapor Warriors. 200% cast time, but it's an AoE 3 Mist Form. That might be pretty good. We can drop that on some of our units. It's only 1 to cast. So all of our little A1 mages will have something they can do if they want to buff up some units. That's pretty cool. Lightning Warding then, just for the caster, 15 shock resistance, cool. Encase in Ice, this is an air spell, interesting. I'm not sure what Encase in Ice is. Is that one of those spells that can only be used underwater? Like in the normal game? Range 25, cast time 100%, AoE 1. Targets are encased in ice for 4 points. Each point grants +1 prot. Strength roll versus 12 reduces the number of encased points. Targets suffer 5 cold fatigue damage each turn while encased. Okay. Maybe that'll be useful? I don't know. Might be. I noticed that there's no, this can't be resisted at all. That's interesting, I suppose. Does this prevent movement or anything? It doesn't say it. I'll have to look up what Encase in Ice actually does, I suppose. Oh, maybe that's interesting though. Grouped charge bodies. AoE 2, Lingering 4. This is a cloud buff. It might be useful. I don't know. Maybe recruit those ghoul guys, and then just as they start walking forwards, some of them will walk through the cloud. It's interesting, I suppose. Only requires A2. Pretty cheap. And then Hurricane. For 5 Urgems, this just looks like a normal Hurricane. Level 5, we have Phantasmal Soldiers. Area effect. Oh, so this is AoE mirror image. That's pretty interesting. It's cast time 250% and requires an Urgem. I'm not sure if mirror image on units is all that useful though, right? It's only really good if you have levels in air magic, which units never will. That'd be a nice little additional buff to drop on people though, I suppose. Group Airward, this is Air 4 and 1 gem. AoE 15 Air Shield. Sure. And then Greater Phantasmal Soldiers. Another, this is an even bigger mirror image for 250% cast time. Maybe we'll use that, I don't know. And then 2 more, nothing at 7 and nothing at 9, but at 8 we have 2 more versions of Encase in Ice. Let's see. We've got Advanced, which is very long range, AoE 4. Encase in Ice, and then that's a pretty funny one. So for 1 Urgem we can do an AoE 19, cast time 31%, Encase in Ice. I'll have to look up how good Encase in Ice actually is. Seems kind of weird. But there we are. I think the early stuff's probably pretty good. Little charge body buffs, Air Shield, Mirror Image, Group Mist Form. Not too bad. Stuff down here is a bit less impressive, I suppose. Maybe the mirror image buffs are better than I assume they are. Evocations. Okay. Lightning Bolt. 1 person, 200% cast time, extra jolt. It's an AoE 1 Lightning Bolt with a long cast time at level 1. That's not too bad, I suppose. Thunderclap. Range 50, AoE 1, Precision 1. Damage Stun. Extra effect Shake Nerves. Damage Special. Extra effect Entanglement. Okay, let's see, let's read what this is. This does not physically hurt the enemies, but they may be stunned. Okay. Being exposed to the Thunderclap is frightening and may permanently affect those of weaker mind. So this is this just gives you that affliction, I assume. What is it? The one that's the like -5 morale affliction? Can't remember what it's called. That's what it sounds like anyway. And then it also entangles. So that's an interesting one, I suppose. Magic resistance negates. And negates easily. Entanglement can't be resisted though. It will always entangle, I think. This might be an interesting spell to use if you're getting attacked by thugs, I think. We should try it out on just units though, I think. Well, how'd you class it? Oh, it's nature. I don't think we've got that. It would be an interesting one to see lots of people casting it though. To see exactly how badly it messes up formations and things. Orb Lightning. Range 50, long cast time, AoE 1. Damage 5, chaining 5. Alright. Pretty basic. And then Greater Lightning Bolt. So it's just, this one's only 100% cast time. Yeah. Armor negating lightning damage. Cool. Greater Orb Lightning next. This is what, 3? Range 50, cast time, AoE 1, Precision 1, chaining, yep, same as the other one, just better. Greater Thunderclap. This doesn't have the Entangle. It's AoE 2. Is this easier to cast? Okay, so the A2s could cast it. It doesn't seem as cool as this one though, because this one has 3 effects. And more things better. We can try it out though, see if it's any good. Again, I think it might be more useful against single targets though. This one's AoE 2 with an AoE 1 additional. But I think just having something that does stun, fear, entangle would be good against single targets. Mist, this looks pretty normal. Is that harder to cast though? I'm not sure. I can't remember what Mist is in the base game. But Earth 3, 1 gem. It's Mist. Cool. We'll pick that up at some point. Improved Orb Lightning. This is very long range. Is that the only difference? It looks like it. Maybe it's more damage. Orb Lightning 5-5. Improved 5-5. No. Fatigue cost maybe? No, so nothing really changes except the cast time and then the range. Bit underwhelming. And then Storm. Earth 5, 1 gem. It's Storm. Same as everything else. We're probably not going to use that because it does rain, doesn't it? We don't like rain because we're fire mages. Improved Thunderclap. This requires a gem. Also lost the Entangle. Range 50, 250 cast time, AoE 13. An AoE 13 stun also does Fright. Its magic resistance negates. Be interesting to try these Thunderclaps out though. Unending Chain Lightning. So all my Crystal Sorks will be able to cast this one. This looks strange. It's in range 50, 100% cast time, AoE 1, chains 10 times, and does 3 points of armor negating damage. Extra effect, Space Warp. Residual energy from the spell warps space and may teleport those affected to another location on the battlefield. So that might be a really cool spell to have lots of Crystal Sork spamming just to like really mess up enemy formations. Be pretty funny to drop this into a gate on a Fort Storm as well. Level 6 though. Be a while before we get there. And then we've got Greater Unending Chain Lightning. Gaining 13, damage 5. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So our air guys can just cast this and then the Sorks can cast this one. That'd be pretty funny. Fountain of Lightning then. This is Chaining 6, Lingering 9 with a Fear effect. So this is a cloud. How does this even work? It's a cloud that does chaining damage? I'm not even sure how that would actually work in practice. It's AoE 1. A point on the battlefield is given an electrical charge. Charges are then free to flow out of this point for some time after its creation, shocking those nearby. Weird. Residual energy from the spell attempts to form shackles around the legs of those affected? Really? It says Minor Fear. AoE 1. I'm not sure what to make of this. This sounds incorrect in the description, or I'm not sure. It's a pretty odd one. Fountain of Lightning. I'm not sure we can actually cast it, but that would be a weird one to see how it actually works. Level 9, Advanced Orb Lightning. Range 90, cast time 125, AoE 11, damage 11, chains 5 times, armor negating. Pretty underwhelming, honestly. Increased by 2 for every extra level. It requires A5 and a gem. I wonder if... It can't be that it has AoE 11 every time it chains, right? That can't be how it works. It must... I'm not sure actually. How does that work? Does do all 11 squares that are affected individually chain? Or is this 55 effects? Or like how do they interact? I'm actually not sure. This could be devastating or underwhelming. I'm not certain which one it is. But will we ever actually get to Evocation 9? Probably not, let's be honest. Construction. We've got Create Corpse Constructs. Level 3 is an in-battle version, not sure how useful that'll be. And then the ritual version is 17 for 4 gems. We might try that out. Oh, we don't have death and though, do we? Maybe we can... oh. Maybe there's some way to get death and mages in this mod, who knows? Enchantment next, okay. So level 0 we got Flight for the caster, cool. Clarity of Thought. Magic Resistance. AoE 1. That's cool. So air has magic resistance in this, that's interesting. Group Flight, so AoE 4 Flight, that's nice as well. Haste, that's quickness, AoE 6. And Missile Ward, AoE 4, Earth Shield. So they're all pretty nice little buffs. That's not too bad, nice little starting point. Level 2 then we got Greater Storm Power. Wait, haven't we already seen Storm Power in a different school? That's pretty funny. So the caster... why is it greater? It requires A1 to cast, I guess that's a... we have plenty of access to Storm Power, I suppose. Group Air Shield is... oh, this is a cloud. Yeah, I'm not sure how... I feel like I've looked through these spells before. Yeah, Lingering Cloud for Air Shield. Seeking Arrow next. This looks just like normal Seeking Arrow. 4 gems, we can fire arrows, cool. Great, nice stuff. Greater Group Flight. 25% cast time, AoE 4. We can give lots of guys flight with that, that's pretty cool. That's at level 4. Might be a good one. Oh wait, there's another one just after. Level 5 is 10% cast time, okay, cool. We can really give people flight with that one. Greater Lightning Warding, just for the caster, 15 shock resistance, okay. Protective Force, just for the caster. Just for the caster, Lingering 4. How would that work? Is that going to create a cloud that other people can walk through, or will it affect other mages standing in the same square? I have no idea. How does AoE caster interact with Lingering? I guess we'll find out if we ever get to cast it. Level 6 Masterful Storm Power. AoE 15. This requires no gems and an A1 can cast it, and it's AoE 15 Storm Power with a 12% cast time? That's a weird one. We should definitely get that if we want to use Storm Power though. I don't think we're going to be using Storm is the thing. But that's extremely easy to cast. Wow. And then we've got Greater Protective Force. AoE 4 Protective Force, cool. We've got quite a few little nice buffs that would be nice to drop on ghouls. Or size 1 fire elementals. Dome of Solid Air, nice. So it requires 17 air gems. That's a really nice one though. Can we get to Air 5? I'm not sure actually. Possibly not. We'll have to see. Advanced Lightning Warding, AoE 1, 25% cast time, 15 shock resist. Well, Greater Dome of Solid Air? Oh, it's easier to cast, I think. Yeah. Only Air 4. Okay. If we get all the way up to Enchantment 8, we might have an easier time casting the domes. Fata Morgana. This is the normal ritual. 690 gems. I'm not sure if we'll use that. Not sure if we'll even get there. And then at level 9 we have Construct Watches. This is 5 watches for 15 air gems. And Greater Seeking Arrow. What's the difference? Let's see. Seeking Arrow, this is 3 range, 4 gems, 3 air. 3 range, 5 gems, but 2 air. Okay. So level 9's a bit underwhelming when you get there. Lots of nice buffs in there though. We'll definitely start to pick some of those up. Thaumaturgy next. Level 0 is nothing, 1 is Asphyxiate, cast time 200, range 100. Affects 1 person. Does armor negating, magic resistance, negates damage. Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be stun or something, but it's actually just magic damage. That's cool. That might actually be pretty useful, especially again if we're getting raided by a single thug. Steel Breath, range 25, 1 person. This is fatigue damage. Makes more sense. Whisper Upon the Wind. Communion Slave. Wow, so the magic resistance spell is in air, and then Listener of the Wind. The communion spells are in air as well. That's pretty cool. We can definitely use some of those bigger air spells. We can definitely use some of, well, all bigger all spells, I guess, because it'll be really easy for us to make communions. Yeah, that's really interesting. What's the cast time? 100. 100. Greater Suffocate. I don't think we're going to get air and water, but let's see what this does. AoE 1. Cast time 100%. I'm going to get MR resists 8 damage. Cool. That's actually an upgraded version of Asphyxiate, I think. And then Auspex. That's normal Auspex, isn't it? A2, 2 gems. Level 4. Theft of Breath. This is the upgraded version of the Fatigue one. We have a lot of access to Fatigue spells with Fire and Air, it seems. Maybe there's something in that. I was thinking before that when I was looking at the fire spells, one of the big ones that we're missing is Eat from Hell. But maybe we can make up for that by just laying down lots of Fatigue Shock and stuff. Greater Auspex only requires A1, 2 gems. Same otherwise. Greater Theft of Breath, AoE 7, Fatigue damage. Yeah, lots of fatiguing. Knowledge of the Birds. Air gems required 14. Caster entreats the birds of a distant province to come to him and share their knowledge of their homeland. The birds are numerous and have scoured every part of their home for any unusual sites of magic power. Is this Akashic Knowledge? Do we have Akashic Knowledge for 14 air gems? If we end up with tons and tons of air gems, that might be kind of cool. We could cast a lot of those, maybe. Interesting. I think that's what that is. Maybe I'm wrong. Can't think what else it would be. Improved Theft of Breath. AoE 25, 50 fatigue damage. Requires 2 air gems though. That's pretty steep. And then Gale Gate as well. So this requires air 6. I don't think we're going to get that easily, are we? Gale Gate would be really cool though. It's only Thaumaturgy 6. 75 air gems. That'd be really, really nice. Maybe I'll have to look up as an easy way for us to get to air 6. That would be a cool one. Nothing at 7, nothing at 8, so if we really want advanced Theft of Breath, this is AoE 25, 2 air gems, 50 fatigue damage. It lingers for 4 turns. That's pretty cool. I'm not sure if we'd go all the way to Thaumaturgy 9 just for that though. That's a cool one though. Yeah, I think laying down lots of fatigue damage between fire and air looks pretty viable. I don't know. And Blood Magic? No, spells in Blood Magic. So there we are. So that's pretty interesting. Again, there's nothing like that stands out as amazingly broken, but there's some interesting stuff. Conjuration is really underwhelming. But we've got lots of nice little buffs. We can Mistform everyone, and Mirror Image them, and Shock Body them, and Protective Force them. So all that's pretty cool. And then later on we can also do a lot of fatigue damage, it seems. Alright. Well, that's it for the air video. Thanks for watching. I guess I'll see you around in whichever video you choose to watch next. See you then.